Hi guys, putting here with a game for you in my Tier 8 French cruiser, the Charles Martel. Now, my captain skills are priority target, expert marksman, demolition expert, concealment, and advanced fire training. My upgrades are protect my main battery, longer shooting AA, protect my steering, fast rotor shift, and more concealment. Now, what you guys are going to see is some gameplay where is what I like to normally play as a cruiser. I usually get way too aggressive for my own good a lot of the time, and it usually ends up in my quick demise. Fortunate for me, it's going to work out in my favor. Now, as you can see, we are doing an A B strategy, which means the guys up at sea are just going to ditch it, except for the pink destroyers. Just going to see if he can get it for free. But the other two ships are going to move on down to B. Well, it looks like the bulk of us is moving on to A. Now, the reason I am pushing up a little bit more aggressively is to give these two DDs some sort of AA. Now, I know it's not the greatest AA, but I do get defensive fighter. I do get a spotter plane. And, well, if they manage to spot a destroyer, the closer I am, the more shells are going to hit. Which means we could potentially kill a destroyer relatively quickly. But as you can see, we've got the Fubuki. We have Mr. Zath in a test ship. And then, I forget what our other division mate is in. But, looking at the mini-map, he's got his dive bombers up top. Not sure where his torpedo planes are. Not sure where his fighters are. But it looks like he's, the enemy CV is trying to take care of spotting anything at sea for the team. Special launches these torps at me as somewhat of a joke, and I told him if it wasn't so early, I would have slowed down and let those torps eat me. Because if you did not know, doing team damage or team killing a division mate will not cause you to go pink, and it will not affect your pink status as far as extending games. Now we see that it's Pensacola, 1 DD, the York, and make that 2 DDs, one of being the Gallant, the other being the Kagero, and it looks like we do have a battleship coming this way. So it looks like the enemy team went for an AC strategy. Now, fortunate for us, they didn't send a lot of their big heavy hitters down to A down here, and this Pensacola really just kind of pissed me off with his stop, goes forward, revert, like, I have no idea what the hell this guy was doing, besides just really messing with his speed, and I don't want to say he was an idiot, but I don't know why he even stopped in the first place to reverse when he could have easily have just turned, and he would have avoided most of that damage, and he wouldn't have had to got his speed back up. But fortunate for him, nobody was in the area to punish him, as I set a fire and finish him off for his last 1,500 of his health. Now I see 2 small clouds, which means, 2 DDs. I do remember seeing a bunch of torps launch. I am spotted, which means one of the destroyers is not in their small cloud, but I'm like, you know what, screw it. I'm going to rush one. Activated my speed boost to kind of throw off any of their torpedoes they might have launched because I was going too fast. Do a nice dodge in on the Gallant torpedoes, and the reason I know they're Gallant is last known position, and we are about to spot the Kagero. See the Colorado shooting HE, and at this point I realize this guy's a moron and poses like zero threat to us except for knocking out my engine and steering a lot. He's also driving really slow. See the Kagero. He's low health. We need to finish him off. We need to get rid of that great 5.4 detection that the destroyers can get. Set a fire on the Colorado. Reload the guns. Somebody knocked out the engine. Take the shots as he disappears, and he is dead. Really don't bother wasting sending my torpedoes in on where the Gallant is, because this guy should be long gone. This guy should be long gone from the area, because you saw as soon as we killed the Kagero, there was nobody really contesting the camp. And like I said, this Colorado's just shooting HE. And this game was prior to the British battleships being released. So like I said, to me this guy is posing zero to little threat because, well, it's just shooting the wrong ammo type. Something spots the Gallant on the outside of B. Realize that guy's no threat because he only has 8-kilometer torpedoes. But he's a DD, and I might as well take a shot at him because, you know, I don't know what's spotting him. I don't know how long it's going to be spotted for as he disappears. But the Colorado's not going to A, outrun me, or B, get in concealment because I am this close to him. I have no problem showing him this much side. I have no problem chasing him down because it looks like the carrier is actively going at him, which means he's going to turn and have a difficult time holding his guns to bear on me. Trying to get some more fire set on this guy as I get a single fire. I do believe this guy is flooding, and I believe somebody else gets second fire on him. But with, you know, nobody else in the area, I might as well keep shooting, as Special was the gentleman who got the second fire and we burnt him down. Now, at this point, I'm thinking, well, you know, what's the strong suit of these French cruisers? I've already not played to their strong suit and just rushed because I was top tier and I just kind of want to use my tier advantage against the ships that were in front of us, trying to like just scare these guys away. But I see for the most part, a big bulk of our team is on the like north side of B. And we do have, you know, a couple coming out of A, but everybody for the most part is on the left-hand side of me, which means that is the direction most of the enemy will be looking at. So I'm just thinking, you know what, I'm just going to keep working this flank. If anybody's trying to pull off any long-range shots against the team, I should be in an area to punish them, get them to shoot at me, leave my teammates alone. See the enemy planes, and I'm like, well, we're probably going to run into the carrier sooner or later because, well, you know, you can see the way the planes are going in. We don't have any friendlies except for myself and Mr. Zath on this side, which means obviously there is the carrier. You know, the carrier can feel a little bit safe because, you know, I'm not spotted. I know Zath isn't spotted. I'm going to take a shot in on the Itago. I'm going to notice this guy does show me some side, so as soon as these are reloaded, or actually I fired my rear guns and had the AP ready to go to load in, but of course this guy continues his turn, which means these AP aren't going to do much. Switch back to the HE because he's going to be an angle target, and HE is a much better ammo choice for that. But I'm not sure what this guy's doing, what his speed is. Is he slowing down, speeding up as one shell comes down? He is kind of doing a little shimmy dance too. But luckily for me, he doesn't His aim is just as bad as mine, even though I did get one hit. But the reason I'm not shooting the carrier is because he poses no threat to me. His planes weren't in the air, wasn't actively coming after me. But so I'm figuring like I might as well take care of the bigger threat at the moment, which is the Otago, and he's able to shoot at me. But this guy's quickly getting out of his gun range, which means I need to start focusing on these torpedo planes. Having difficulty hitting this guy while he's running away on an angle, but notice the torp planes are coming in on me and not Zath. So I know his torp planes are in the air, so what I want to do is try to set the fire. And what I'm doing is I'm having the AA focus one squadron while I'm actively turning to try to dodge the other squadron. Immediately put the fighter up, immediately hit defensive fire, and we dodged everything due to that. We also shot down, a couple of his planes. Zat sets him on fire. The guy immediately DCPs, and you know what that means. It means that I'm pretty much guaranteed a fire at this point because Zat already set one, and there is a fire while Zat is cursing under, pretty much not even under his breath. He's just outright cursing at me for getting the fire after he got the guy's DCP. And I said, you know what the rule is, you set the fire, somebody else is going to get the damage over time. But while this is going on, you know what I'm thinking in the back of my mind, there's really nothing for me to shoot. Everything's out of sight, and I want to continue to give Seth some AA because, as you can see, we only have 2 DDs left. The sooner we kill this guy, the sooner we can move on with our lives. But what I'm going to do is use my rear guns on the targets that are by caps. Use my forward guns on this Enterprise. Set another fire at him on the Enterprise. Zath is saying a bunch of few choice words to me about being a douche, setting all the fires while Zath can't get them. And I just say, well, that's what you get for taking away first bloods from us from the last match. Because if you know any of the test ships, whatever medals he gets, he will not get the flags or the rewards. So if he's the first one to kill the ship, everybody loses out on first blood. And I'm like, well, payback's a massive bitch. But as you can see, most of my damage has come from both my shells landing and from getting the fires on this Enterprise, as I set another fire to this poor soul. And Zath is screaming, I'm going to steal this kill from you. And I'm like, I don't think so. I bet you my fire gets it. And boom, arsonist fire gets him. Zath and me can move on with our lives. Our team did a fairly decent job holding off. B Special is yelling at us for killing the carrier. And I'm like, well, I'm sorry, but I, told you what I was going to do. And he's like, yeah, I know, but he goes, still gonna yell at you because you usually yell at most people, and he is true on that point. But I was committed to working this flank. Nothing was within range for me to really hit. As you can see, a lot of things aren't even spotted right now. People aren't smoked, so might as well shoot the target I can shoot. Now this gives us the advantage, and we have the CV. They do not. The other thing this gives us is Zath is maybe a bit out of position, but Zath doesn't have to worry about the carrier spotting him anymore. See this enemy Otago, and I'm like, remember me, jerkwad? I'm going to load my AP and punish this guy for showing me his broadside. Instead of switching to the AP, I'm just originally, just shoot what you have and then have ready loaded what you want to shoot next. This guy's still showing me his broadside. Respectable damage. Looks like the enemy Gallant is was smoking him up. I get a nice Citadel. I incapacitate something. So I'm thinking, well, it's going to be a while before we see this guy. He's got torpedoes at 10 kilometers, and for whatever reason, he's not in smoke. He's low health, still have the AP loaded, and kaplow. Guaranteed Citadels when ships are extremely low. Now we're on the cap, denying the enemy caps. They do. Let's see, they don't have the ship lead, but I do believe we have the health lead because you can see I'm fairly healthy-ish as far as they scratched my paint. That's about it. The Hipper was extremely low health. The DD is really not going to have a chance against me. He is a poor, what is it? He is a poor tier 6. I am a strong, big, bad bully at tier 8. I do have people to help me with this guy, but you know what? I know his torp ranges. I do use the priority target indicator to know when he's dropping torpedoes to make sudden, drastic course changes to hopefully dodge him. We end up capping C, got a solo cap on that, and then Zath is cursing at me for more for stealing the cap from him, even though I believe he got an assisted cap. But it's like, you know, you get a solo cap, you burned the Enterprise down after I was the one who got his damage control party out, and I'm like, that's what you get for stealing First Blood. See the enemy, Bismarck, gonna open up, try to set some fires, and then what I would do after I set some fires is just start nailing him with a AP. With AP, but he gets smoked up by the other DD that is left. Zath calls out, there is the Gallant. Gonna try to take some shots in at him, but I believe this guy is gonna hit his speed boost, do some running away while continually changing his course. I'm gonna have to deal with this island to where I'm not gonna be able to get my guns on bear, get my rear turrets, actually make it over, and a miss. Then I kind of tell him, well, that's all for me. And I look and I'm gonna go, holy crap, that Bismarck's nearly dead. Somebody must have nailed him with torpedoes, as I get a Kraken unleashed that was completely by surprise during this game because I burnt down the Bismarck. That Kraken actually did surprise me. I didn't realize how many kills I was getting on. And one of my jokes is when I'm running in a division, whenever somebody gets medals, I just call out hacks. I don't know what this Fubuki, how he was torping, what he was torping, is thought for these torps, but they are just all over the place. And I kind of tell Special, I said, listen, you know, let me force this guy to you, or you know what, you can keep this guy focused on me, but you know what, there's no reason for you to go around the island. Stay there. This guy's pushing him away. I'm just going to try to force him to you. Those shots kill him, and now the post-battle results. 103,000 damage, arsonist, Kraken unleashed, 6 ships sent to the bottom of the sea, number 1 on the team with base experience of 2,300, and a special with a nice 2,000, with 2,100 base experience. Here's the money screen. It is what it is. 103,000 damage in total. 64,000 of that coming from main battery, 44,000 from the eye explosives, 19,000 from the armor piercing, and 39,000 from the fires I did cause, mainly against the Enterprise, and I do believe the Bismarck did burn for a while also. Guys, I just want to say I really hope you guys enjoyed this replay. The other thing that I did want to say is I personally myself will not be posting any videos next week because I am helping take care of my brother who got done with surgery a while ago, and just trying to help him get over all the pain that he is in. So, to ease some of my burden, I'm not going to be posting any videos myself next week and possibly the following week. If I do get something extremely good, I will have Sneaky or Sputter do it. The only videos I will possibly do would just be the weekly missions, because those videos kind of don't take a lot of time, and I can really just take my time to get those done. To where this is a little bit longer doing these replays. We do appreciate all the support you guys do give us. We love the replays you guys send in. The email for that is in the description down below. Please hit that like and subscribe button, and have your guys' selves one heck of a great day.